Worst Hall of Fame swing on cardboard. Try this Jim Rice baseball card. You expect big things from a Jim Rice baseball card, right? I mean, the man was one of the most feared sluggers in all of Major League Baseball during the last half of the 1970s and early 1980s. From 1975 through 1986, Rice hit .304 on the strength of 2,145 hits that included 350 home runs and 329 doubles, and he also drove in 1,276 runs. Along the way, his beastly 1978 performance, 315, 46 home runs, 139 RBI, earned Rice an American League MVP in 1978, and he picked up 5 more top 5 MVP finishes during his 12-year run of dominance. Eventually, these dozen seasons of excellence were enough to carry Rice to the Hall of Fame, even though he tailed off fast in his mid-30s. So yeah, his cardboard must have been brimming with big, powerful swings, right? Well, Rice shared his 1975 Topps card with 3 other players, and his 1976 Topps card featured an unhappy headshot. It wasn't until 1977 that we got to see Rice with so much as a bat in his hand, though it was a good-looking card. The 1978 and 1979 Topps Rice cards are iconic because A. They show a smiling, laughing Rice in his prime, B. The 1978 card showed up in the 1982 Topps Kmart 25th Anniversary MVP box set, and C. The 1979 card is loaded with banners and sunshine, and yes, smiles that let you know it was really good to be Jim Rice in that moment. Finally, the 1980 Topps gave us our first look at Jim Rice doing what Jim Rice did best, locking in on the baseball and preparing to smack the stuffing out of it. Alas, it seemed to be a fleeting tribute to Boston Red Sox stalwart, because it slid back into cardboard purgatory the next season. Facing competition from Donruss and Fleer in 1981, Topps slid back into portrait mode for Rice, and other companies followed suit. Now, you might remember that the players' strike demolished a good hunk of the 1981 season and threatened the long-term health of the game, not to mention turning off more than a few fans. You'd have to imagine that the lack of action on the field and the general blandness of the 1981 baseball card set led to the sales environment that was a bit more stalled than what the pasteboard companies would have liked. You might also imagine that Topps, Donruss, and Fleer weren't all that thrilled with either the striking players or the balking owners. And while baseball cards didn't hold much sway with most executive types, they could at least exert some power over the players themselves. As in, baseball cards could make you look bad. And all it would take was one poorly cropped photo or an action shot snapped at just the wrong time. And no one knows about the timing of baseball card photos better than Jim Rice, courtesy of his 1982 Topps card. Here, take a look. Could Topps have picked a worse action shot of Rice? He's off balance and lunging forward, looking for all the world like some pitcher had just fooled him, badly. His front left leg is jammed into the dirt, with his knee on the verge of hyperextension. The bat is just about to smack him upside the head in his follow-through, and his face is locked in a grimace that calls to mind gastrointestinal distress of some sort. He's not even wearing a home uniform, for goodness sakes. Now, it's possible that Rice has just hacked some pitch down the left field line in the shot. He never did have the prettiest swing, after all. Those usually are reserved for long, lean, left-handed hitters, not muscular righty sluggers. But it sure looks like things went wrong for Rice here, and that Topps chose to showcase his jammed-up moment. Is it the worst-looking swing of a Hall of Famer to ever appear on a baseball card? Hard to know for sure, but it has to be near the top, or bottom, at least. If there's any silver lining to this dark cloud of a card, it's that Rice enjoyed a nice run of solid, in-game batting shots to round out his career. This 1984 Donruss Classic is a fairly typical post-splat treatment that Rice received. It's a monstrous improvement, and one befitting a fearsome hitter who deserved more than a few headshots and an undignified hack among his cardboard portfolio.